Here we go. Alrighty, so surprisingly, quite a similar layout here. Let's just make sure that we are indeed good to go here. Got to look for our boy change. Just spawn out of the road. So as we can see here, it's all top points. It is Hospice as our middle point, and an offset defensive point for Death Before Dishonor. So yeah, quite an interesting layout here. A very grindy one. Hospice itself not being too bad to get to. It is a bit more Axis favoured in terms of sort of first caps here. It also depends how the allies roll out as well. But both route to harass and artillery battery, historically very difficult points to get pressure on, especially if the midpoint is Hospice. They're quite isolated points that you got to sort of cross open fields to get to. And the last defensive points here, flak position, will be the last defensive point for Goat, and for DBD, it will be Crossroads. So, a bit unfortunate for them having an offset one, but I'm expecting this to be a bit of a battle for mid here, as we do see change is the artillery man for today. He's just getting his gun pre-sighted right now, and we'll flip on in to the other side. We might run a truck in today, I reckon. So we'll go get in. One of the trucks is they are starting to be driven up here, and looks like we're just seeing a pretty stock standard rollout. We will see the second light tank being spawned, which I'd love to see, and obviously all the nodes are going up, so it will be a 4 tank rollout here. So we'll just get in on Bradge here. Also, we've got in on him, not the truck itself, but looks like he'll also be driving the truck. So, yeah, as I said, it tends to be more Axis favoured at this point, especially once they get in. You can sort of set up shop. Allies, you've got a few more hedges, but nonetheless, we'll see a bit of fighting down south. Just the nature of holding Hospice or attacking Hospice, you sort of come through the buildings. But other than that, it's a very long engagement distance, relatively long for these city maps. There's just get my timer started here. I completely missed it. And the trucks will get on in. Yeah, I haven't seen any Rocketeers here yet for either team. Looks like we've got one Stuart going north and one going a little further south here. This truck is destined for hard cap. And we will see DBD here getting the first ticks as the players do start to get out here. Getting out quite far, actually. Bit of an interesting choice. Got 2 trucks coming down the main road as the first shells should land. Looks like they will stop a little bit short, and luckily they have, because that artillery being deathly close, as it will be DBD with more or less complete control here at the moment. We do see right of map the recon team far north, so not a lot of presence from either team up in north in what we call Pizza Slice, which is this little strip here and these northern wheat fields. So we might just jump on in straight down the bottom here. as the looks does start to come into hard cap, and that will tip the favour as there's actually not a lot of players from either team in the hard cap. The looks is sort of the only thing from GOAT, as we do get a couple more members starting to come in. But both tanks looking to be quite late at the moment. To this, the South currently being owned by DBD, as they are looking to get a good wrap in here. We see Brad coming around the rear. First satchel of the match goes off as Brad coming around the back. We'll find Taylor. But Gramco there getting the trade out, and it will be still being capped here. Not sure where that looks went. For a drive, I think. We do see defensive garrison here. The mediums about to find each other here. So I believe it does miss here. As they get into a rectangle, P4 does get the first shot, and I can't help but think that P4 might have blown it off. It does get the Rick, and they might actually get the first kill here. No, it's just a Stuart tracking it, and the P4 will get the first kill as the cap does go the way of Death Before Dishonor here. An ally's first mid-cap, and fortunately here for GOAT, they did get the first kill. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like my controller is completely flat as attack, something I did not check prior to the game. I do apologise about that. Just a minor technical hiccup there. But anyway, looks like the north side here got a couple of people from GOAT, but it will be Death Before Dishonor at the moment. Just controlling. We do have a Zumi Puma here coming up, relatively uncontested. It's got a 2-man in it, and does find a light post. Can be difficult to drive through. As the cap will start ticking away. Sumo there, brilliant rocket, and that will deal with the hard cap pressure there from GOAT. So we do see a good reset here. Looks like some good shots here coming along the berm from Hobbs, as Tabuk and Kiwi do battle. As unfortunately there, Tabuk not getting the kill. Kiwi able to deal with that threat as multiple members coming in from the north of GOAT. We do see that recon flare just showing the GOAT players where they are, but it will be firmly held in hands at the moment, as we do see a recon squad wrapping from the south of Hospice here from GOAT. And we'll just have a quick check-in on the garrison situation. So we've got the couple of defensive ones all well set up, as the first 76 is being driven up at the moment. You do love to see it. We're seeing it more and more from teams. Just great defensive setups here. Looks like JB on the case with a couple of barricades to protect that garrison, and a rep station as well. So DBD getting a few more numbers here. Sumo getting one into the P4, as him and Wincho will cross like ships in the night. Sumo there being like, hold on, I think I tripped over someone. And we'll get the kill there on Wincho, as that P4 does have to retreat here. But it's just a very sporadic amount of players, as we do see more numbers shifting from Death Before Dishonor at the moment, shifting some more north into these fields, and looks like we will see Dr. Seeks here looking to get up for an OP, I believe. But will be this northern side starting to be contested. It's looks like DBD will just walk through the wheat field uncontested. Likewise, we might have a meeting in the wheat field. One there going down to Kirk, and Kirk just spraying that wheat field. Really good utilisation here. Just not giving them a lot of options here. It will be Stone picking up one. As yeah, we're sort of turning this wheat field into a road. It is right-hand drive. As looks like the commander here over on the garrison. The garrison is getting artillery, as we can see here. So that will be that push pretty hard to deal with, but Goat getting some good pressure in on this front door. They are sort of cut in half at the moment. So we see Jelly Monster, Braj and Sumo there, sort of in between the teams. As the first Tiger coming up for the match. And it is a two-man, so an interesting choice here. I know it's 35s, but typically you want your big armor pieces to have all of those crew members. He could just be coming in off a garrison, to be fair. But a very good defensive setup here so far for Goat, as they are starting to get a bit more pressure just into this hard cap and a bit more map control itself, as the Tiger just barging its way through here. A couple of its own trucks sort of hampering its progress, which probably give it a couple of minutes and you'll be able to clear the wrecks there. But it will be DBD here, just consolidating to the hard cap. Sort of giving up a little bit of ground in the progress. We do see Bug here in amongst the Goat soldiers, as Tasty will get rid of one truck and the Tiger will find the other. And hopefully he clears this wreck. For those of you who don't know, a wreck takes 2 shells to get rid of. As we do see a bombing run coming here for DBD. Sorry, for Goat. My apologies. And yeah, so hopefully Pezzo here can get the call out that the 76 is north. Because looks like we got a bit of an adventurous Stuart starting to come through the wheat field. And it will be Goat really concentrating on these front buildings. As the P4 also resetting itself north. And yeah, looking like a pretty good push here at the moment. This Panzer IV should be able to find this Stuart. And it is aware of its presence. And we'll delete that from existence. So it looks like the cap battle will start to commence here. As this Tiger, we're not sure if it knows where this 76 is. But they did get the first kill here. Looks like it will begin shifting its gun. But as I said, it doesn't quite have a spotter here. Whereas this one's a 3-man with Penny at the helm of the spotting gun. And looks like they are aware of each other. But this is dangerous for the Tiger. It is Rick angled. And as I say that, really well angled there from the 76, and this Tiger will be forced to retreat, and fortunately there for Danny, will fall, as the Tiger will fall on the hard cap, being the reason that they were currently capping. And well played there from the 76, getting 2 brick shots and being actually unscathed in that engagement, so they do get one back from losing the first medium trade there. And in the meantime, looks like a bit of ground has been gained from Goat. We'll just check on the defense here. They have lightened right up as they're starting to get a bit of a wrap on this point. Looks like Chris there cleaning up the other truck, as Pizza Slice starting to be contested here by Pezzo. He will fall to Braj. And this Panzer IV is playing with fire at the moment, as it looks to peak a 76. Not sure why, but mate, Looks like he is just going to dart across in the hopes that he's got some HE loaded. And will find himself out of bounds there, I believe. As we do a quick map check. Looks like funneling into the hard cap. Goat are currently doing that. As the 76 will find the Panzer 4. And, I believe that was just a truck blowing up. We'll double check these things. Yep, just a default US truck as bombing run comes in for DBD. And it's looking pretty safe and sound at the moment for death for Dishonor. We've managed to get an SL and a couple of troops in behind some of the GOAT players. Bug there, picking up one. We might just follow him as he does get one OP here. Will be Yo. Just caught looking the wrong way. Unfortunate timing there. As Bug just cleaning up those couple of OPs. And yeah, it looks like we will see the garrison here just being pressured by Harley. Sumo on defensive duties. We'll deal with that. And yeah, very good layout here so far for Death Before Dishonor. Looks like they are getting a bit of a wrap in and do know about the garrison in that normal G3 spot. But will be the 76 here, just holding these wheat fields. Be quite hard to see through these. Sometimes they render, sometimes they don't. Typically, I believe it's past 300, 400 meters, they will just look like a flat plane. We do see Brad using the height of that 76 just to get some eyes on, and it will be shifting to a south push here at the moment from Goat. We're just going to go over and see what's going on over here, as we will see War Daddy and Lifter just coming in the back. Looks like they're just playing slow and trying to give a little bit of pressure onto the route, as they have been able to get right around the map. And as I said earlier, this is really one of the big differences with 35s is I'll just bring up the map. You know, you've got a lot of this map with sort of, it is dictated by the points. You know, sort of the only top 3 sectors will get used by both teams. But that does leave all of this down here that we can just sort of wrap around and, you know, utilize that, taking a truck through there or a recon tank with a couple of SLs. So it will stagnate out a bit at the moment as Gramco sneaking around back. I wonder if he's going to go for this Tiger. The 76. 76 is being protected quite well at the moment, actually, so it's going to be quite difficult, as he unfortunately will have to pop Kirk here. We'll miss another OP further back, and he will pick up another increase. Dr. Seeks starting to come back. As, not Dr. Seeks, DBD Seeks here, cleaning up the kill from behind, and will reset his OP. Looks like an airhead here coming in from Goat. It is currently unsupported, and Dulag there. We'll just get right onto it. As it will be a bit of a fight in the wheat field. Looks like a bit of pressure starting to come from south, from the church direction. But we'll see Stone here, just being so patient. Just crawling through the wheat field. I reckon they can hear someone. They just can't quite see him. There's Mango's there just spraying. Got multiple ants. Looks like Pez will stand up and get to the edge there. But will be Stone. He's nearly made it. I will give it. Just some proper patience there. Pez picking up one, and Mango's here. We'll whip out the hip fire. You've got to give this credit. Down in the wheat field. Looks like Shoddy's replaced Mango's on that position. But it will be Stone. He's fired his rifle. Looks like Shoddy will be a bit difficult to hit here, but 76 getting well set up with the second coming up in tow. We do see one rep station there already built, and looks like they are getting a couple set up there. DBD. Moving on out. We'll see if anything happened with this little push. Looks like Unico's been able to deal with it, extinguishing that OP. And Goat will be feeling a lot more comfortable now, as they do get a sporadic amount of players just slowly trickling in. See Gramco once again in the thick of it. He seems to find himself in these situations. Looks like he's found himself a 76 as well. But he's got some infantry that will be protecting that tank. As looks like the wheat field will start to be controlled here by DBD, and a beautiful rocket. I'm not quite sure if that got the garrison. Garrison's a little further back, but it did get the SL, as we do have one person there spawning. Looks like Harley there going for that garrison in the back line of DBD, as looks like Goat opting for a bit more of a front door push here. As we know, these garrison placements are quite limited, as artillery has dialed right in onto this point. And will be 76 just chilling here on the main road. Gramco can't really get out at the moment, but they are well supported, as we are in that first precision strike area. Sort of a bit hard to know where to look at the moment, as Rue there getting taken out on the DBD garrison. And will be Gramco on the move. He will get run over. That's unfortunate there, as 76 will take a shell from down the road, I believe. See these engineers straight on the case. That's something DBD are doing quite well at the moment. Multiple rep stations up, and these engineers are hyper aware on these tanks, as the front door's been pushed back a bit here. Looks like P4 will look to get out of that situation. Currently unsupported by infantry, but it will be Goat moving through the northern wheat fields, or at least on the northern side of them. But as you can see just south there, over near Western Approach, multiple players of DBD starting to move around there. That is one very common way to get into route, is to get that control of Western, as Frostbite picking up a kill on Epic. And yeah, just a very slow grind at the moment. As you can see here, Addison just sitting back off of that rear garrison, as these players try to make their way across. It is this front door just slowly being pushed in. Looks like he will not get the satchel on the tank. that tank will be safe for the moment. 76 is getting quite aggressive. Will be Taylor there. Just being oh so patient. He probably can't fire around or will get lit up. This is one thing we're seeing with this tank is it's got an SL and an engineer here dedicated to keeping it alive. As I believe that will be a tank here. The Panzer IV going for a drive, but the 76 denying it the opportunity there. A bit of an unsupported push. Something I probably wouldn't recommend. It probably is a default, so it doesn't cost you anything. But in saying that, it is, yeah, slowly pulling some numbers back. Will be DBD starting to wrap on this southern side through Sainte-Mère-Église itself. But yeah, I haven't quite seen a Tiger in a while. Not quite sure. Go see if we can find one. Looks like a strike coming in. And it'll just miss. So, quite a close piece strike. A good attempt to that one. You have to go for those. But it will sort of fall back to that line battle at the moment. We do see an airhead has been called in to move some troops into the back line of Route de Harass here. And yeah. It'll just sort of stagnate a bit at the moment. So see, Epic and Disorderly. Oh, he has hurt him. But that will find him out. As Epic has multiple people coming back for him. And, good work here by Artillery, just getting one of the rep stations. Nearly copped a friendly rocket there. Oh no, Raccoon has found the garrison, has dealt with the garrison, and that'll be the northwestern push here. Sort of shut down for Goat, giving them a lot to work with. As you do see that airhead is under a bit of pressure at the moment. Looks like Gallo has found it, and yeah, fortunately for that airhead push, looks like they've managed to get one SL in, but quite a big defense call here. Obviously an airhead can be quite damaging, so obviously they've called back a few here, and yeah, just looks like they're getting pushed back a little bit on western approach area, but have established well on this front line. As we do see 276s up for DBD at the moment. One of them getting quite aggressive, in saying that he does have the ground and the intel to get quite aggressive, as Aguila here will kill himself. That will be an engine from Wicho, and we should be able to see this tank go down. And, oh no! Looks like one of them would have gotten a non-pen, and that is a dead in the water tank. Looks like they will have to get some form of other AT over here, as they have just used their airstrike. Probably have to call over to book. As another player does go down, it will be just the gunner left, as Dorlag coming up to protect his tank. We'll get two. And, brilliant shots in that at the moment as well. Looks like going away from the tank, but we'll jump the fence. Tasty will get him, and Beautiful use of rockets there from DBD. Anticipating a player being up in those trees. Looks like Epic will be in the fight here as God looking to get that tank, and my lord, they've been able to get a Tiger, I believe, in the back line here. Never mind, it will be another P4. So a bit of an interesting choice here. Not seeing that next Tiger coming up, as we do see a bit of a wrap coming around for Goat. Front door still somewhat held. We still do have a tank to deal with as Epic just guarding that tank. Hopefully this gutter knows it can shoot it from the side. There's Raccoon there. Oh, not trusting his shot. Oh no, you have to go for the side, buddy. Side at least. Even if you die. Oh no. Will die to the hands of Smith, and Penny there picking up the second. And this tank will probably get repped and back up on the road if Joe can't get over there. So for those of you who aren't unsure what happened there, you can't actually pen the front of the 76 with the Panzerschreck, but you can pen the side just like Wicho did there. So fortunately here they were able to get the kill stuck there. But yeah, sort of great plays there by both teams. Looks like Davey there dispatching his tank commander, being like, go get yourself another one. This is the quicker route, but in the meantime, looks like front door has opened up a bit. Just the front door, the windows are still well covered both sides for DBD. And looks like some smoke shells coming in, as we do see an airhead from Goat. Just starting to land here. And looks like it's landing behind these players. As you can see, you can normally see the outline. Looks like Mangoes here will be coming back for that airhead, as will still be an SL in the back line. 76 here will probably come out to deal with this, as everything in the kitchen sink does get thrown at this airhead. And we are just pending its first spawn wave here. Could be quite juicy. And gets the airhead, but the SLs scatter like ants. And oh no, it's got the airhead not thinking that they've gotten the spawn off, and looks like both points will go contested at the moment. We'll just get on over. It looks like the call from defense is to be go real light. And it is just sector presence for Goat at the moment. So we do see Wicho once again, the man with an eye for tanks. As Mango's there looking for a couple of players. They are starting to get some numbers in. I'm not quite sure if those SLs were able to get their OPs down. But it will be a front pen there from Wicho. Oh, sorry, an attempted front pen. As we see multiple SLs resetting for Goat there in the south. But it will be a bit of hard cap pressure here coming from Goat onto Hospice. As the 76 gets well poised to push on in. And yeah, it just will be the 3-stack building. Yeah, Mango's picking up a kill on Yo-Yo, as Churchy getting run down by McGrady. I believe he was going for the shovel kill there, as a little bit caught away capped. And a bit of a reset here coming out from DBD, just flooding in from the north into that hard cap and hopefully clearing out these buildings. There's looks like another tank just coming out over there. We'll be getting pestered. I wonder what it's getting pestered by, and I believe it will just be an AT in the back line here in War Daddy. See one Tiger and a P4 as well. A 2-man and a 3-man. And DBD here just pushing Goat back. Looks like there will be a number of players coming in from the southeastern side here on Hospice, and we could be seeing another cap battle as Flare does come out for DBD here. And it will flicker for a moment. Not quite enough numbers here, but the artillery shells just enabling a bit of cap progress to begin. There's a large amount of numbers from Goat coming in on this hard cap. Not quite sure if they've dealt with their spawns yet. There was a garrison down here. They've been able to pick up that one in their quest for Hospice, and it will just slowly tick away. We got the second 76 starting to come up as the one they're getting a kill. Looks like they're coming in to deal with this garrison while I don't believe there's another one up here. Will be stoned, and as we've seen time and time again, Witcho here, he loves to put one in the side of these tanks. As that will be 2 in. Will be a Panzer IV up on the front lines. Not that it can do a hell of a lot as the cap progress does reset here. Will be the one here. Just holding that hostage at the minute. As Goat getting a good amount of members in, but realistically they need to deal with this armor. This armor's causing them all sorts of problems at the moment. DBD doing very well to keep their armor up and to keep them in the fight. As looks like I get a couple more spawns coming in from the south here, but it's all hard cap pressure. There's no actual sector presence or sector control here from Goat, which you sort of do need for a point like Hospice. You know, this northwestern wheatfield, you sort of do need that control. Yeah, coming in the back is nice, but they've got all their spawns up in the north, and they've set up quite well here. Deal with this. What in the Tiger's going on over here? Looks like they've built up the point, and should be able to do Tiger things and just roll straight over that. But yeah, it is DBD here, starting to push back down south. And yeah, just slowly wiping the presence out of Goat. You see Harley here, just going for that garrison. So they're electing more of a traditional recon role here. You know, getting them in on those back lines, and I think Harley's probably going to get this one. Yeah, but great control here from DBD. Both Tigers, sorry, both 76s are up. Looks like the Tiger will take a shell and probably not be in the best spot here to defend it. Looks like 76 hitting tracks on that second shot, and this Tiger's in a good spot. We'll hit tracks as well, and we are having a track battle here. Just a little higher on those ones, gunners. And the second 76 will clean up the kill onto that Tiger, and that will be the heavy armor of Goat here dispatched. But as we can see here, the south push is very strong from Goat at the moment. Really cutting DBD in half, but sort of getting stuck at the road at the moment. Not really being able to push quite across yet. But I believe Harley did get that garrison, so they will be coming back to deal with that. There is, I don't think, any supplies up here at the moment, so they will lay in wait. But the one garrison in sector, but as I said, all of those OPs still on the north side. So getting good presence south. And look at this, multiple half tracks in the back line. Almost set up in a nice neat grid there, pardon me. Which you do love to see. Obviously that's one thing with keeping these 276s up. And being in 35s, you also tend to run either one less crew or, you know, there's less things harassing you. So you're able to keep, if you're able to keep that armor up, utilizing half tracks can be quite valuable. But it will be more players here. Looks like Disorderly there will go down. Brilliant use of an AP mine there. And Goat here slowly getting in. Looks like artillery has shifted to these 76s. A smart play, you might be able to get a rep station there in the dispersion. If not direct hit it, and as we see there, rep station has been dealt with, as we do see a bit of a cap starting to come in on route to harass here. Looks like they've just walked in the front door here, so Goat really prioritising that southern area, has sort of neglected this entire front door. And as we saw before, multiple players also coming in from the south of those multiple spawn options that they do have. So looks like they've called in a reinforce as well on Hospice as they look to flex some numbers over to route to harass here. But we do see big pushes starting to come through. Mansion Control starting to get a few in. But I think it will be quite difficult as long as these 276s are up. So I think the other one's actually going for a drive here up the north. Just cutting off the option here. Yeah, it will be quite hard for Goat to really get any meaningful progress. All this 76 has to do is, as it is now, just touch that hard cap and immediately they've got 9 cap weight in. So it will be DBD starting to wrap around again for this little southern push, as we see route flicker once again. But Goat doing well so far. Looks like Yo here picking up a kill on Frostbite, and they have been pushed out of the mansion backyard. Now we see Gramco here picking up a kill on Jelly Monster. As we move on over to the route fight. And it's just a couple. Goat here resetting quite well. There's a looks zooming around down here. As the looks zooms no longer the 76 there getting the kill in the field, and there will be another Panzer IV. 76 there getting the kill onto the P4. And they will have an OP. At least the one, if not two here. As looks like a bombing run, a defensive bombing run coming in. Onto those backyards. We'll pick up the one. Unfortunately, a lot were in cover at that time, as another massive push coming in from the southeastern side here. But I believe that reinforce still is in effect. No, it is not. But a big front door push here coming from sort of all angles now. 76 in support as well. The push from Death Before Dishonor here looking quite promising, as they do wipe out pretty much every single spawn, and the hard cap is in complete control of Death Before Dishonor, and looks like the call has been put to go, go, go. As a big reset there coming from the south onto a garrison. The commander there just coming in, and unfortunately, I think they're just a little bit too far away from this hard cap. As we can see in the background, 1SL already going straight to flak position, as it is the next point. And we'll see if they've got anything there. Looks like I don't think they have much set up here. Just something up in the north. So garrison up in the north. But this hard cap completely swarmed by DBD players. As Goat here getting caught running in the field. We see Lifter there might have immediate fourth pressure there. So they've driven a truck around here. No, a half track. Oh no. Oh, this could be not good at all for Goat here if they have not spotted that half track. Hopefully Yo does wrap around, but a brilliant rocket there, I believe, from either Frostbite or Pruds. Just onto that truck. As this cap will look to flip over to Death Before Dishonor here. And as I said before, we could see an immediate transfer of forces as a P4 does cruise below me. As we see a bit of a tick. Looks like Commander has respawned and they're coming in from the main point. But this half-track Wincho here, he spots the half-track and looks like he's got the satchel class now. So we'll be able to at least satchel this. Well spotted there. And the defense will begin here for Goat. As they do have a couple coming in. Looks like an airhead coming down for DBD here. Morpheo will be on it. Looks like Toby there will get it, and we might just stick here, see if that does get a spawn wave. It does not, but that's alright. P4 has come to back up the cases. 76 starting to push up. There's a second 76 in the background there, top left of screen, and he might get caught out here. Just a track shot, so 76 won't be bothered in the slightest, really. That was Tabuk's second rocket, and infantry here of DBD will start to push up as Goat still being forced to reset off that wheat field to the south. We will see Kiwi actually on the garrison, and he will get the garrison, so well played there. Kiwi picking up one, and we'll look for another. He does have an OP nearby, and the shovel battle. Taylor getting the kill there. Shovel in hand. Brilliant work. You do love to see it, and looks like Pezzo there will get the garrison back up, but it will force a massive reset here as Epic does fall trying to get to route. And there's that reset there. P4 getting one side shot in onto this 76. I believe he didn't get one at all. Oh, and he got Achilles. That's a dead engine, my friends. And he doesn't quite know where to shoot. Just shoot the side, buddy. The same shot. So where you see those shells there, that is actually an Achilles shot, which does hull damage and engine damage as well. So managed to get the Achilles shot onto the 76, and that is a scalp claimed by the P4. P4 finally getting one back, and will be a 76 has located the P4. As a really good defensive push here. A beautiful rocket from Tabuk there. I believe it did hit tracks, but that will scare the tank just a little. As it will be a very solid cap here. And DBD just getting in good control. And, just a slow grind. Looks like DBD here moving in from the south. Just closing up those spawns. And it will be Goat more or less forced back onto their defense point. It's only the pardon me, only the recons, the recon units here that are the only ones really in their back lines. Looks like the book here, the serial pest he is getting killed by Disorderly. You do love to see it though. Those committed AT players really do make the difference in teams. Just absolutely relentless. And bit of a front door grind here. See Gramco picks up one on Tasty, and they've got multiple to deal with here. Gramco and Wicho. Artillery falling as well. Grenade goes out. Good shots there on the STG. And Frostbite runs the other way. Just try and get in here. Oh, that is a little beyond my skill depth there. At least on controller, but see Gramco here still fighting on this hard cap. So I believe that P4 just took a shot. I don't know where it went. That's alright. Massive shots up here. Disorderly getting another one onto Book, and Gramco's got more or less the entire team in front of him here. He's doing really well just to keep the foot on the gas. We'll pick up another in 6 on Tasty. And, Johnny Boy here gets the flare up. We get another one in Chris, and Gramco going on an absolute tear right now. He's got Jelly trying to cross, isn't watching where Gramco and Kirk will trade out there. In the meantime, looks like a couple of SLs have managed to get in the back line here. Epic just coming around the rear of Root. But it will be this front door pressure just starting to mount, and so a bit of a push coming in from the south of flag position here in Tom C from DBD. And yeah, just a slow grind here. Brilliant artillery shell there placed as a bombing run coming in for Goat here. Not quite sure if they had an airhead come in with that. I might have completely missed that. But it was quite effective, has pulled a few people back. Danny there just getting a kill onto a rep station, I believe. Yeah, just a rep station. But it will be a bit of a squad caught in the open here. Oh, well, they have the protection of these trees and bushes. That P4 all has to do is do a bit of a swing and a shell. And looks like they will look to try and survive. Probably just saw Raccoon spawn there. The SL does survive, surprisingly. Just wearing that different armor, I guess, that you get in those leadership positions. But yeah, we'll slowly start out before getting a looks dying here. But it will continue with a bit of a push coming in off a couple of rear OPs here. Just the bush covered OP. Can't quite see it, but you can definitely hear it. And a good wrap coming out from Goat here, as they do get pressured on their 4th. To see Dempsey here picking up one, and just a slow grind at the moment. As we do see that second 76 starting to come up for DBD, as the line of troops making their way into route to harass. Is the allied supplies coming down? Oh, a bit of a lighting glitch over there. I didn't know it got so bright. The flare just overlaying there as it will be DBD just starting to squeeze here. We've got multiple SLs sort of spread out as Palamon getting the kill there. And will be, I believe, a P4. That looks like a P4, yep. P4 there going down to the 76. As Goat here, really great defense, able to deal with the immediate pushes. So they still do have OPs in their backline as Metal here. Raccoon just getting the right timing there. Lucky he turned around. As it seems like all the tank crews here, a bit of fighting going on as they do wait for their tanks. Looks like Lifter. Oh no. Oh no. My friend. Why is the artillery dead? Oh no. Oh, that's big no-nos. I don't think the bot is running because I didn't see a bunch of people randomly die. Or it might be and I've just completely missed the message. But that is very concerning. Lifter there getting kills onto Zeus. Yeah, as I explained at the start of the match, that man is protected. He is not to die under any circumstances. And maybe they did all die. I could be wrong. But looks like the points have been reset here. And yeah, just that northern push coming out from northern push coming onto flak pits. And so they probably will get an OP from this as well as Lifter coming around. Looks like War Daddy's probably got this Tiger in his sights. We'll quite sure what he got. I'm pretty sure he just got their rear garrison, so that would have been one of their defensive garrisons. As Goat defending well at the moment. So this Tiger will be coming north side. And I think we are seeing bit of an airhead coming in here. Looks like it has been spotted by the right authorities. Mango's here coming back. Johnny Boy also coming back. And that will get dealt with probably before the bombing run comes in. Never mind. Tank's like, hey, I got this. Just let us know. There's 176 pushing up map edge. As War Daddy held the shot. I think he has. There's a looks up here as well. So we're probably just about to see a tank engagement. 176 does come out. Looks like he will have to dump here. It's a back up. P2, get in front, my friend. Should see first shot going into the side from the Tiger. My friend, give your gunner a shot. Beautiful. Utilising that P4 wreck, and looks like it had been satchelled. Not quite sure what that P strike was there. Maybe it was rocketed. I'm not quite sure. I didn't quite see the projectile coming in. But we'll hear a bombing run coming in. Looks like everything in the kitchen sink getting thrown at this point by DBD. As a very effective bombing run here. Does destroy a few installations. As we hear another Panzer II coming out. And second 76 probably keeping this Tiger on us at the moment. As we do see a good bit of control coming out here. Panzer IV will pick up Jelly, and they might have a side shot over here. I believe they do. They've hit one. Might be able to get the second. We'll hit the second side shot, but I don't quite think they'll get the third here. And they do. Brilliant shooting there from the Panzer IV, and sort of evening out the tank score at the moment. P4 have picked up another 76 kill. As we do see a bit of a split push coming here. A few in the north. And one behind here. Churchy being an SL, probably going to get an OP and just trickle in some bodies in onto flak position as they do push up this front door. And looks like they will reset a bit here. DBD just slightly pressuring. Tom's back in the same spot he managed to get to before, and it'll be a good defense here from Goat. One team that's starting to really become known for great resets and just holding those teams at bay there. Oceloth there getting a kill onto Lifter, but looks like Kiwi here just getting some backline intel. As we do get one SL right in the thick of it. One here. Quite sure if he's got a local OP. We'll pick up a kill on Tasty, but traded immediately out by Crafty. As looks like they've gotten a bit of control into western approach here. Quite crucial here for Goat to regain control of that to try and push into Brute. So we see the Tiger able to gain some ground here on the north, and this is a really good counter-offensive here coming from Goat. Going to be able to get some bodies move in from the north. As, my lord, where did that go? Never mind. That will be a cap just tickling. We do see some players coming in the rear here of Root, and the front door's looking quite strong as well. And will be a good amount of pressure here. Looks like this Tiger is getting quite aggressive. But it will be either a medium or no, that's just a regular truck there. The one that holds supplies. But will be this front door starting to fall down a little bit. Goat really dedicating to that rear at the moment. And quite concerned for this Tiger. Just having to back up, getting absolutely belted by artillery at the moment as a bit of cap progress starting to come out onto Brute. Looks like the reinforce has just been dropped by DBD, but they are starting to get wiped out of hard cap, which does mean that, you know, as they lose members in that hard cap, What was here? Just a rep station, I believe. Yeah, it was. Curious, I believe that tank got hit by artillery. But the cap does continue, but will be players starting to circle in from DBD as we do reach the halfway capped mark. Panzer II caught in the middle of no man's land at the moment. Look at the non-pen on the front left side. Yeah, War Daddy just slinging some rockets as that Tiger does get taken out by the 76, I believe, coming in. That is a medium. That is a Stuart, actually. But it would have gotten killed by the other 76. So, really good cap so far here as the complete center here has been wiped out. As Seeks here does go down at Gramco, and it will be a Panzer IV here, Tasty, looking at quite the snack that is the P4. This P4 doesn't really want much of it. Hasn't got a spotter, so if he gets stuck here, he may just get satcheled, and satchel on the booty of the P4 could actually spell disaster for this cap. They may get the cap, but if they lose a number of members here in the middle of a reset, could be quite dangerous. So a good cap there coming out from Goat. And we'll see that flick over. So DBD holding on to the 3-2 at the moment. 23 minutes left to go. And we'll just have a quick look at how they're looking on the map. Nothing super defensive at the moment. Just a couple of members pushing into route to harass at the moment. And the garrison's really well set up with that Tiger. Plenty of fuel. As I said, 35s, you're always going to have plenty of fuel. But they have lost all of their little bits and bobs that they had on the map. So, really good work here by Goat. Just clearing that out. Looks like pretty pruds going for a jog in the back line of Goat, and a bit of hard cap pressure here coming from DBD just onto route. It will pester, and it might be enough here for Goat to reevaluate how they're pushing. Goat currently with nothing properly set up for that push right now. And it will just be a slow grind as it recommences the battle for route. But massive arty shell there from DBD. And some pretty well placed arty shells. Looks like artillery starting the shift. Rocket there from Drab just falling short. Just stagnates out a little bit at the moment as both teams sort of resetting from losing some of their heavies. Looks like the infamous P4 is back. Looks like a tank has been spotted in their back line. Looks like a bit of a Puma. Found itself the commander. It is a 3-man Puma. And good push here coming through route from Goat. Slowly grinding, but the front door of route, as we can see, is full of members from DBD and 76 as well, which I don't think Goat quite has a direct answer for yet. They've not got their Tiger up to the point, so this 76, unless it gets side penned again, will become quite uncontested. But Goat doing a really good job at the moment, just keeping them at bay. Dimsy here. I don't think of it. Cobra will win the reaction battle there. As 76 does fall. I believe it got satchelled. I'm not quite sure. I was a bit unaware there at the moment. Can't quite see any big installments of armour here for Goat. Unless I've completely missed it. But this will allow Goat just a bit more freedom. Looks like we do see a bit of a push starting to come in from the southern side. As Goat are able to re-establish this front line at the moment. Yeah, we'll just slowly grind it out. Looks like a western approach has gone back in control of DBD here. That's our Brew trying to get some shots there. Just Churchy there getting the garrison. Looks like he will hit some as Prudy is forced to bandage. But the Shakespeare squad here, McReady and Oceloth, just moving on in. Looks like they'll look to get that garrison back up and trickle some more numbers in. But really solid defense here coming out from Goat, as DBD just sort of denying them any opportunity at the mid cap at the moment. As we do see Stewart coming out. I believe it will be a... Oh, it is a 3-man. P4 has a Stewart sighted, and Stewart's like, yeah, nah, I want none of that. Unfortunately, it does hit a little bit high. As we do see some large amount of numbers starting to come from the south. From Goat, as the front lines do meet. Goat gaining fair bit of ground, and that Stewart just being dealt with there by the Panzer IV as the man of the match at the moment, Gramco. Going to be poising to push up to these players. As just get back a little bit. This P4 is cross-firing at the moment. It's a bit of a grind. Okay, we'll go around, pick up one, pick two. And as I said, really doing some solid work here for Goat at the moment. Just expanding their front line. As these guys are pretty safe and sound at the moment. Jolly Monster here, just utilising the binoculars. And for his troubles, we'll cop a shell there to the face. As this front door is starting to really go well at the moment for Goat. As we can see here, just sort of seeing the bigger picture, they've been able to regain control of this field here and the front door. Tom C being the last one sort of there for DBD, and do see all these players coming through western approach, forcing the DBD defense or flankers here to fall right back. But these guys just pushing across the field. It's looking promising here for Goat as they poise to get ready for a big push, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. As we see, so the garrison set up. It's set up pretty well at the moment For Goat, they're bringing up one of their heavies and probably waiting to get their next one. As you can see, plenty of resources there top of screen, and will be Bug here caught in the middle of a few. We'll pick up Unico, picks up another, and will get taken out by Tabuk. I believe that garrison has been dealt with. Just a quick check. Yep, yes it has. So Goat here pushing out quite far and gaining a lot of ground. Looks like they're starting to shift more and more to this front door at the moment as the defense has gone ultra light. So Metal here goes down to Frostbite as Gallo here gonna do battle with Frostbite. Looks like they're peeking different sides of the hedge here. He will jump the fence. They will meet in the same hedge. Gallo there, just being ready, nice and patient. Sometimes in this game, patience gets you a long way, but this push coming in from the southeast, starting to do a fair bit of work, just pinching these players up in the northern wheat field. As Goat here, we'll just get a little look out. Just getting some good spread now. DBD are starting to plug some of those gaps. As this 76 will probably look to come up and deal with this P4. It is on the road, so it's quite sheltered. As we do see a Speedy Boy coming out, it looks. But massive amount of members here for DBD just rushing through this wheat field and trying to clear out that presence. As we do see the garrison there, bottom right of screen. So Bug probably will see that. And looks like they will just cross the field here. And that will deal with that sort of northern push here. It's a lot of numbers to commit, but if they know there's a garrison there, that's what they got to do. There's continued pressure here from Tom C and his squad for DBD, just pushing that fourth cap. And at the moment, looks like DBD will be cutting Goat's offense here. As multiple members have been able to get in for DBD, but nothing substantial. As we sort of get down to crunch time at the moment. Looks like we will see strafing run coming in on Pezzo, and we'll hit him on the head. So really good use there off the strafing run, just defending those back Garys, and looks like Tabuk here will get one in the 76. That will be forced to retreat. It's very sporadic fighting at the moment. We've sort of got fights going on absolutely everywhere. Gallo caught in the middle of a bunch of people once again. And will be that front door starting to be closed here by Goat. But a lot of fighting going on in this southeastern compound. Trying to remember. Yeah, it is southeastern. As they do have a number of members here. Goat. Just trickling them in. So we do see an airhead, I believe. No, just supplies. Eyes are starting to falter as the coffee wears off this morning. But just a slow grind. Still 10 minutes left, so a massive assault here could still happen as Gramco there getting killed by the 76. As Pezzo has his eyes on that rear garrison once again. probably needs to yell as one of his ATs and be like, "Oi, come over here, I got something for you." But he should be able to get that off quite easily now. As we do see a P4, 2 P4s. Scusi. 2 P4s here, setting up. It will be DBD just sort of having this on lockdown at the moment. 76 will probably have a field day with these P4s. As we see middle of the screen there. Just locking it down. But this rear push here, coming in from Goat. Looks like Pezzo sees a 76. Well, here's one rather, and it is just chilling. Got Slim Shady, Party Boy, and Nez. Bit of a push coming in the side at the moment for Goat, just getting their way into the hard cap, but I think DBD just defending quite well at the moment. 76 is looking at 2 P4s, I believe. Just get back over here. Maybe we pulled the Tiger up. No, we pulled 2 P4s up. So these P4s will be quite scared to move. Can't really when you've got 2 76s looking at you. Now 1 P4 is going to be by itself. As the front door starting to be knocked on here by one squad and his squaddies. Just little spot fires everywhere at the moment, as we can see this defense from Churchy and Bug just coming back to consolidate things. And looking to hold on well here, DBD. I don't think they're in too big a threat. Not sure where this 76 is looking. Looks like it will be coming in and being attacked by an AT Sumo here. We'll see Stone. Lines up for a rocket, sends it to Narnia. And unfortunately the AT will die there, as do see recons, I believe, from both teams coming out here. See them well set up, but getting pressured here in the south by Goat. And a massive front door push coming out from Goat here, as one shot in the side of this 76. Oh, I must have been mistaken. No, it is. But the P4 will unfortunately die here to the 76, and North control will be in the hands of DBD quite comfortably at the moment, as this frontal assault from Goat does start to come in. And looking pretty locked down at the moment. I'd be pretty comfortable if I was in DBD's shoes. You've got 2 76s up, and they're sitting quite pretty at the minute. So still getting pestered here in the side, or in the eastern side of Hospice, as we do see an airhead coming down for Goat. And probably will see a bombing run with this. We have historically seen it with that, as more and more people starting to get into the hard cap here in Epic and Taylor for Goat. Looks like the artillery has shifted as well, and this is quite well placed. If it can clean up Shoddy here that's actually going for it, and it will, they might be in a good spot to get spawns here, but there's actually no one here that is defending this airhead, with Bradge coming back, and looks like Davey has spotted that. Beautiful use of a grenade to get rid of that, and that will squish that push, but it will allow Goat to get in on the western side here of Hospice. Just start to push in. we probably will see it tick back as the 76 does come into hard cap. As I said, having these armoured pieces at this point of the game is crucial. As it will be everyone filing in for Sunday lunch at the house today. 3 stack here, just getting a lot of people in, and I'd be worried if they manage to get a satchel on that building, because you can see a lot of people go pop. But 76 here will just stabilise, and we will see the defensive airhead coming in. As Danny here does find himself a garrison, and looks like DBD just consolidating at the moment. Chris here in the building. We'll pick up one. We'll walk past each other. Pardon me. It does look like we'll see the 76 tracked by the P2, but the P2 will fall down here as we do have 2 minutes left in this game. Second 76 just starting to come down, and oh wow, wrong way there. As this Puma is probably going to just get away. Sneaky, sneaky. And actually I think Bug might get the satchel here. Now that is quite unfortunate. The Puma is satcheled, but doesn't matter anyway. A beautiful rocket there from Sumo. We'll secure that kill, and a massive flood of players coming in here for Goat, but as we see both tanks just in that hard cap, along with, they know that this is do or die. We've got a minute left. We can't throw anything here as another Panzer IV here coming down just on the northern side. It might be able to be cheeky enough to actually pop some of these 76s, but I can't really see Goat getting in here without those 76s gone. We do see Gramco bottom left of screen there starting to come in as 176 does turn as the call is made. Unfortunately, we'll have to fire, and we'll now go butt heads with this 76 and probably come off second best. As 76 tracks the Panzer IV, and the Panzer IV looks to submit there. Yeah, I think that'll be game, set, and match here, ladies and gentlemen. But as I say that, the cap does flicker. Massive amount of players just coming into the hard cap here. And we see the bombing run going to be coming in. Looks like it will be straight over that massive Zerg just coming in on the match, but they will be able to hold on to this DBD, just ticking back the clock and securing that victory here. Unfortunately, it does look like there might be some issues in terms of the artillery player being killed at least twice, and the bot actually not being in effect. So the bot should have auto-punished 20 players within that time span. As we do see the cap starting again as absolutely everyone files into the building and starts flooding out. As rocket comes in the side of this tank. But that will be game, set, and match here, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a 3-2 victory to DBD, but as I said, it will be probably reviewed at the committee table. So, yeah, on paper, DBD won this. I mean, realistically, they've won this the entire game. They've been able to hold mid. Not really losing it at all, just keeping that armor up, but Goat, really valiant effort to come back from where they were back in this fight and knocking on the door of Hospice in the dying minutes. Was a brilliant game to see. yeah, that'll close out this match on Hospice here on Sainte-Mère-Église. And yeah, well done to both teams. It was a great battle. And, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in today. It was a pretty good battle here. As yeah, both teams played very well today. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. That'll be my last game casting for the TPL for this week. I am playing in one in 4 hours' time for Ross. But yeah, we'll see if we can find a stream to tune into. There are multiple games going on at the moment. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at 8 PM or 8:30 EST with another match for a different league, which should be a fun one. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys all next time. I'll just quickly scroll through all the scoreboards here for the people interested. And yeah, we'll crack straight on into it because yeah, there's a lot of games today, so plenty of content to watch across both PC and console. Obviously, a lot of games in the TPL being played between, I'd say, 6 and 8:30 EST, all starting around that time. So should be a lot of viewing pleasure today. But thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys all next time.